So what'd you guys think about the Lash factor experiment, where we accumulated more wealth and found more treasure than any human being has before under certain metrics? And the metrics in which we were participating in was the metrics in which war participates in, aka the banking system. So what we did is we accumulated more resources, more wealth, more power, because that is what they understand. Money is their god, mammon, right? So what we showed is Renaissance now has more money than war. And we discovered the bank accounts in which the abundance of wealth is so beyond any number I have ever seen or ever heard of, that the magic works so well, we cannot spend that amount of money. So it proves that we have an unlimited potential to build anything that we want to build. This is the spoiler to the magic in which we perform. The Trinity experiment was a success, where we locked on the target, and this was the execution of that target. And I hope that you all enjoyed the show and you liked it. All right. We're going to have to get down to some more practical aspects to remote viewing. I think we need to just put the icing on the cake here, if you will allow me. At least, that's my hope. And hope is simply an illusion. It's the Maya. Hope is not real. It's about confidence. So remote viewing came along, and the military was interested in this, of course, because what do they like to do? Oh, let's make it a weapon. Can we kill? Wait a minute. We can. What happens if this information gets out into the public? Countermeasure, deploy, Project Stargate. We can't let that happen, can we? Well, why not? Because if you really knew that you could kill somebody psychically, how would you build defense mechanisms against that? Because I want to spit venom and poison. And I can do this because I have laid claim to potency. I can do this because I've laid claim to appetite. I can do this because I have not been challenged, but I am being witnessed. So with a heavy heart, I share with you. Not because of anything other than you want the truth. Well, that's funny, because so do I. You can have it, but you have to find it. You have to search for it like a treasure hunter. Go exploring. Discover. And maybe you'll get lucky and you'll find a gem, a diamond in the rough, a teacher. Because I've found several on my journey. Several who have taught me. Many of them are here with me on this channel, in this channel, within. A couple other ones out there who I know are watching. I feel you. A couple people you may recognize their names. But I'll keep you private, don't worry. If you are somebody who is famous, I do not give out your names or any comment that you give to me in private. If you do so publicly, you are giving me permission to say who you are. If you do not ever post anything on my channel that is public, I give you my word, I will not be releasing your name, your status in the industry in which you perform your trade. Because famous people need their privacy. It is their only center, is to just have a place for their own thoughts. Because when you get to be big ballers, shot callers, and have all these nice fancy toys, there are people around you who are very powerful, and they can crush you like a bug. And I share this with you because when you move into realms that you are not the owner of, right? They've kicked all of us out of that one a long time ago, and I'm specifically referring to psychicness. That's not for us. That's not for humanity. That's for the others. Why? Because the more psychic potential you have access to and you make that reality, the I want to learn, teach me. Who are you? So the next project, the one that we do in private, is, since we discussed the foundational principles of magic, remote viewing, and time travel through the initiation of the foundations, in which you can find when you go back in the channel in the early stages, because all these videos actually work together in a symphony from beginning to end, so the initiate can actually go through all the levels in a cohesive way, so it builds a structure in the end, and then that structure allows you to penetrate world affairs in an abundance of ways in which you decide is best, where you can work through the energies themselves, through attention and discipline. So the next project will be not about remote viewing, not about remote influencing, hence the Trinity experiment in which we performed. And then thirdly, this next program is one that we call remote projection. And remote projection is very useful because you can actually discover items without physically being there, and you can do things like this from a distance without you physically being there. You can be in the room. And I talked a little bit about this early on, and nobody brought it up. Nobody wanted me to go into it, so I didn't talk too deeply about it. So I decided that that's what we're going to do privately for people. And think of it like in war, how valuable this could be, where you can be in your camp and you can send like an astral projection part of yourself into the enemy camp, if you want to think of it that way, and it can snoop around. It can do recon undetected, unless of course they have a specific person who can see these things. And there are individuals out there who can. I've run into them myself, where you can see them and they can see you. And it's a scary thing in the spiritual realm when that happens, because when that takes place, the entity in which you're looking at has no secrets from you, and you know in turn that you have no secrets from it. Now I've reached my destination, so I'm going to stop there. I'll leave you on that cliffhanger, but that's basically the next level of how these processes can benefit the world. So I bet you guys didn't know what you're getting yourself into when you found my channel, did you? All right, love you. This might be the last video for a while.